Make sure y'all follow all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, anywhere you can go. Just follow us, like, share, support. Go on lulmagazine13.com. You can order a t-shirt. We have customs. Pretty much anything that you could think of, we're gonna get it printed on the shirt. That way you're satisfied. And it's always an ongoing cycle, really. That's the most important thing right there. Making sure that it's frequent. We wanna make sure that we put it out there so that everybody's voice is heard, period. It's not just stopping at us. We want to basically do outreach and just reach in the community. And it doesn't stop in Orlando. It's anywhere. Anywhere you are, you got something that you want to share, definitely send it in and we'll get it out there for y'all. So we got a good bit of followers tuning in, so.
Okay, that's what's up. We still got one. Thank y'all so much for still tuning in. We still waiting on those numbers to go up. We appreciate y'all for being patient. So thank you so much. We the type of people that we like to try to start on time. So time is always of essence. You know what I'm saying? I can't even think. I had a few drinks tonight, y'all. So just bear with me. But like Cece said, it's all about the experience. LUL Magazine has always been a platform that was created for people to be able to step forward. You know what I'm saying? To be vulnerable. A lot of people don't like to be vulnerable, you know what I'm saying, but it's always a good way to kind of get things off of your chest, especially us as you know, our community, of course. But again, this is an all-inclusive magazine, so it's open for anybody. Nobody's better than the next person. It's just a platform that we're trying to create so that way we can be able to create relationships, man. A lot of people don't like that either, but it's always about a challenge. The challenge is always good to face, so that's exactly what we've decided to do. This is the first discussion tonight, and again, with maybe 5 more minutes, we'll actually get into everything. So just a few more minutes, so just kind of bear with us, because I see people going in and out right now. I see only one view, but it's all good. Let's share this thing, man. Let's let people know to come to LUL Magazine 13 Instagram, so that way they can kind of get a little bit of this juice. You feel me? It's important because the discussion is always important to be able to be had between 2 people or more people. So bring them on in, y'all. Let people know to come on in. We appreciate that. You feel me? So 1 second, okay? Appreciate it. Let's see who we got. 2 people. What's going on, King P? Bros and Convo. Thank you. Jose C23. Just Jam. Insta Right. Precious Rocks the World. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Stay in, y'all. Don't miss it. Stay in. I'm just giving a few little shout outs because, you know, y'all could be doing anything else, but y'all decided to come and tune in with us. So it's only an hour where we'll get a chance to just express our experience. And if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to share that with us. You know what I'm saying? So that way we're able to kind of vibe off y'all, and then y'all will be able to vibe off of us, and then y'all can kind of get used to seeing LUL Magazine. Y'all have been seeing a lot of content on Instagram, but you guys have not really seen the face of LUL Magazine. So what I would like to do, because she decided to come out here and take her time, I would love to introduce I would let her introduce herself, because she knows herself better than I know her. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let her introduce herself first. So go ahead, Cece.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not that much to me, honestly. You know, I'm a writer, I'm a passionate person. You know, I've always been the type of person that's been helpful and wanting to make sure that everybody else around me has been taken care of. So when I first met Dwayne and he shared his baby with me, LUL, it was like immediately we had a connection, because we both kind of had a vision to where, you know, we want to be able to help other people and make that count. That's the most important thing. It's like, you know, I've been blessed with a talent, he's been blessed with a talent, so it would be such a waste if we didn't share that with everyone else. And, you know, sometimes a lot of people don't have the courage to step up, and for me, I think it's important that I'm able to step up and be vocal and, you know, just help out. So like I said, I write poetry. I have an upcoming event with, you know, Dwayne, creating a podcast where we got a YouTube show. So I'm really just trying to be out there and be a voice, because the voice for people who don't have a voice, basically. That's really all there is to me. So
right. And she's a lot more than that, y'all. She's just being modest right now. But I really do appreciate you. I want to say it out loud to everybody who's watching, that I appreciate you for everything that you've done so far. Yeah. A lot of people really don't know exactly what LUL is about, but the fact that sometimes you don't have to know. Sometimes it's just all about support. There's a lot of local places here in Orlando. Shout out to Bros and Convo for sure. They've got an amazing event coming up, so y'all guys should make sure y'all check that out. Outside of that, Precious, all of the people, out there that's tuning in right now, we want to build a relationship. What's going on, Daryl? Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for speaking to us, because I'm like,
tuning
okay,
all
I
the
see.
way in from Cali.
Right, what's up? Shout out to Cali, man. Shout out to Cali. But outside of that, let me introduce myself. She's kind of giving you a little bit of background of who I am, but I am the CEO and founder of LUL Magazine. The acronym LUL stands for Let Us Live. I have put the emphasis on us because I feel like this is a platform for all of us. Black, yellow, orange, green, it really doesn't matter. I feel like the only difference is we all have our own differences, whether it be gender, whether it be the likes, whether it be the dislikes, but there's one thing that we all have in common, and that's trying to live, man. There's nothing wrong with trying to make it in this world. We all go through our ups and downs, but let's just try to come together. So what it is that I want to give you guys the mission statement for LUL Magazine, so you guys can be a little bit more familiar as to what this platform is about, because it was a brand first. The brand here on the hat and the brand here on the shirt, she actually got hers customized, so you can get customized shirts. But LUL, it started a minute ago, about 2013. I was still in college, actually, at Alabama A&M University. I'm here now. Well, we're here now in Orlando, Florida. But the mission statement is to remind people about love, unity, and diversity. I think those are some strong components that we sort of miss out, or we kind of get a little selfish sometimes about remembering about how to love one another. You know what I'm saying? Or even about the diversity in each other, that just because we both black doesn't mean that she's still not different. You know what I'm saying? She's a female and she has her own things that identify her, as well as me as a black male. I have things that identify me as different. So we kind of like key in on those things, and we still have a similarity there that brings us together. So not only about love, unity, and diversity, but those three components empowers compassion, innovation, awareness, authenticity, and even genuineism, no matter who you are or what you live for. You can live for so many things, and there might be 5 people out of 1,000 they may be able to say, damn, I understand what the hell he talking about. I've been there, I've done that. But what I like about it is that they did something different that I didn't do. So what can I do, and what can I improve in my process? Because it's always a process. Anything in life is a process. You have to just make sure that you go through and that you push through in order to get through that process. So that's really where LUL is kind of founded on, and so what we want to do is share our experiences, and also give the opportunity for you guys as a people to be able to share your experiences. There's nothing wrong with doing that, because you don't know who's out there listening, who's going through some shit and might need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that powerful. The voice is always a powerful thing. A lot of people are just scared to use it. That's just like a person that never ventures out of their city state to not see any other city state, wouldn't know the other opportunities that there are available for them. So you have to start linking yourself up with people that are interested and willing to do the work and go out there. So now that I've kind of ran my mouth a little bit, you know what I'm saying, this is a duo tonight. So what we were going to do is we're actually going to give the topic tonight.
Tonight we wanted to talk about soul ties. That might be considered like a down south thing, but when I say soul ties, it's just like when you encounter someone and you guys have that interaction to where you're giving and taking pieces of you with that person, whether it's sexually, mentally, physically, emotionally, anything like that. You constantly giving pieces of your soul to the people that you encounter. So that's what we wanted to talk about tonight.
Right. And then to pick it back off there, well, first of all, let me shout out some more people. I see some more people coming in. Thank you guys so much. What's going on, Trimmy? Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. RC Young, Vivala, Jazz, Catalina, Marty, Teddy. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank you so much. And I apologize if I mess up any names and stuff like that. Of course, like I said, we having a few drinks. We're just trying to get ourselves thin, because it takes a lot to be in front of you guys right now and exposing our experiences. You guys are actually taking a moment to dive into some of the experiences that we have, currently right now. So like she said, soul ties, that can be it could be a general statement, but we've kind of like narrowed it down to relationships, because I think that even in straight or gay, environments, or you know what I'm saying, love.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Shout out to Oasis. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for just giving that word. You feel me? Right. So we appreciate that. But being in a relationship like that, and realizing that when you deal with people, that you're giving yourself or a piece of yourself to someone else, even after the relationship is over, even while the relationship is currently going, that is some deep stuff that people don't think about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that a lot of people feel like, oh well, I'm just sleeping with this person just because, and I'm just gonna get my rocks off. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna do this just because it makes me feel good.
They think about the temporary.
Right. So what, like, before we jump into that, what does that mean to you? Like, what do you think soul ties means to you specifically? Like, what experiences have you had?
I mean, it's just so deep. Like, I'm a military brat, so I've pretty much lived all over the world, like went to college, joined the military. So I've encountered a lot of people, and in my adult life, I've had several relationships. So, you know, I just feel like each relationship that I've been in the past, like I've always taken something from it. A lot of times people say, oh, I broke up with that person, it was a waste of my time. But to me, I don't think that, you know, any relationship is a waste of time, because you always learn and you grow from every experience that you have. So for me, it's like you always have that soul tie, you know, with the people that you've been with in the past. And I think one of the reasons why this whole topic came about is because I have an ex of mine who was recently on the news. Me and this girl, we dated for a couple of months, and the story is developing, but you know, her kid was found dead, and it's been, you know, deemed a suspicious death right now. And you know, it just kind of had me thinking, because you know, I just had a baby, my wife just had a baby, and she's 7 months. So I just, you know, it kind of bothered me thinking about it, because here you have this innocent kid who was taken away by someone who I experienced in the past. So that kind of put me in a mind state where I had a lot of questions. And you know, I just prayed to God, like, you know, I can't even imagine, I can't process the things that had to go on for something like that to happen. And it just was mind-blowing, because I knew this person and I didn't know that her past ran so deep that it could get to this point. So it kind of just made me, you know, me and Dwayne, we just started talking about soul ties. And it's crazy how you can feel for someone who you don't even think about anymore, who you may have not even spoken to for months and years even, and you know, you still can kind of feel for that person, because you think about everything that y'all experienced and the lessons that you took from that. So it's just crazy to think about how each person that you've encountered, you always take a piece of that. And sometimes you don't know that up front. It's always, you know, subconsciously, it's like little things that you can pick up. Like, you know, if you've had an ex in the past who constantly scratch their throat, and then you notice in the next relationship or relationship down, you scratching your throat at 3 a.m. You know, it's just you pick up little things that keep you connected to someone at all times.
Right. And it's crazy about it too, because you know, when we talk about soul ties, you know, a lot of people, when they first join the live and everything, they think it's got to be fun and games, or it's stuff that people that, in order for you to even go out viral, and that's why this is so important, is because we are talking about some real life situations that actually go on, and people that experience a lot of different things. And so we have to realize that you can't push a person to a certain limit. People go through stuff, and like she said, the fact of the matter is that the girl killed her baby. 18 months, that's sad. The child won't even have the opportunity to be able to live its own life because of the choices that the mom made. And that's not something that a child should have to even, you know, it's hard for me to even talk about, because even though I've met her, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it because I didn't realize, like, dang, this girl really got some issues. But you never know. You never know how important it is to have a discussion. And so that is why this platform right now is very, very important. And we really do appreciate people that are tuning in. We got more numbers coming in. Let's keep sharing this thing, you know. So that was a little bit of a short, and I'm sure she'll go more into detail. And so we're trying to stay in the time frame and everything, because we don't want to waste anybody's time, but we definitely want to get out what we need to get out for AUL Magazine. What's going on, Raheem? Thank you so much for joining. BJB Money, Kiki Four Leaf. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. I do apologize for messing up the names. But yeah, like she said, and as for me, an experience in my life is that I'm the type of person that I love hard. And even with every experience that I have had in my relationships, I've always seemed to kind of be attached. Not in a way of a creepy way, but because that person meant something to me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard sometimes to walk away from people, even when, you know, you've given them your all. You feel me? And so that particularly ties into SoulTies, because it doesn't just go into sex, but it goes into the time spent, the bonding time, you know, thinking of different things with each other, just going through the motions with one another, and then realize like, damn, this is it. And then it ends so fast. So then you start to realize like, damn, that person took a part of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so if something happens to that person, you still feel something for that doesn't necessarily mean that you're still in love with them. That just means that you still feel something from them. As far as, damn.
Raheem said it, that connection.
That connection. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta realize and understand that you just don't sleep with somebody and walk away.
Right.
And that be it. It don't work like that. But you have a history with people, and I feel like even at that particular time, God put you in that person's life for a reason. Just because it didn't work out, or just because some things happen to the point where y'all are not together anymore, you learn something from that. And that's a purpose in life, is that you have to learn from every experience that you go through.
Right.
And you are able to use that experience so that way you can share that with somebody else who may be lacking thereof an experience such as that. Because we might have went through something, but we might see somebody younger than us that's just wilding out, doing whatever, and just sleeping with everybody, not understanding that everything has a consequence to what you do. You have to realize that. So SoulTies and being connected to people and taking a part of people, sometimes you even become that person.
Yeah.
That's crazy, because you can lose yourself in that person. So it's always good to still remember who you are, you know what I'm saying, as you move forward in the process of love, because that's, again, it's a process.
Right. And that right there where you are is, I honestly think that's where a lot of relationships go wrong, because people make the assumption of, I got my mindset on how I want my partner to be.
Right.
So it's like you try to mold that person to becoming like this perfect replica of what you have in your mind. And then because we're human, we fall short. Right. When we don't meet those expectations, then it's like you kind of fall back and you try to build this resentment towards that person for not being what you want. And then it's like those expectations drain you.
Right.
And once you get to that point where you're drained and you're no longer yourself, you no longer have those little moments to be who you are and focus on what's important to you. It's nothing wrong with that and being in a relationship. You know, that's what makes the relationship better, when two people can be themselves individually and then bring that together and make their love last and work. Right. You know, it's always a learning experience, definitely.
Yeah. And I think that's the scary part about a lot of people who are in relationships, is that some people just don't know how to be with one person for the rest of their life. But see, you can't look at it. You understand what I'm saying? You have to realize that every time you look at that person, that it's always something new that you love about them. You feel me? And that you have to own that. Because there's always going to be temptations out there. Just realize that just because the finest thing that walked past you or somebody said, what's up, little shawty? You know what I'm saying? I can do that. 'Cause that's
I hit him.